if my son or my daughter, God forbid, if something like that happens, that's a family thing. Imam Hussein sacrifice, it's not a personal sacrifice like our families. It's a sacrifice for Islam. So in shedding a tear for Hussein, I'm not saying you is wajib. What I'm saying is the problem is when some people cry, this is all bid'ah, that's the problem. So to cry for Hussein is demonstrating your love for him. So whether it comes every year, it comes because of it has a religious significance to save Islam and not a personal significance. I hope that answers the question.
Inshallah, we're going to conclude the session. I'm just going to say some words of thanks from the Muslim Association of Milton, the management, from me as the Imam, and from the community. We thank you, Sheikh, for coming and giving us a very important lecture, academic lecture in a sense, with references in, and thank you for enhancing our knowledge. Brothers and sisters, just mentioning one point here. The Sheikh obviously gave us a very academic lecture with references, and this again urges us to go back and obviously seek knowledge and do our research. And obviously, with all due respect to the Sheikh, when he mentioned that crying, he's not saying that it's fard or wajib. Basically, it's like humanity, for example. I look at it, for example, nowadays. The problem nowadays is, guess what? Nowadays we've stopped crying anyway. There's a lot of, in a sense, we've lost a lot of human values. So Imam Hussein, and I'd like to say this, Sheikh, and this is towards you as well, I look at Imam Hussein as a humanity's hero.
That's right.
People who are non-Muslims, great people, without mentioning any names, whether it's Charles Dickens or whatever, if these people who are not even Muslim, and they recognize Imam Hussein, even Nelson Mandela, we recognize these people as great heroes, but guess who these people recognize as the hero of humanity? Imam al-Hussein. So the point of crying really is to bring some haya and modesty, and that's really the point. We're not saying beat yourselves and stuff. No, Islam teaches i'tidal. But the point is, if one tear comes out, if some sadness comes around, the point is, we're not in a sense advocating that you have to, no. The point is, yes, if you become sad, then the Prophet ﷺ also became sad. So that's the point, and this is a very educational lecture. And thank you so much for listening very carefully. And I also appreciate those students who came, who took notes. And guess what? Sayyidina Ali used to say something amazing. Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said something amazing, Shaykh, and I'll conclude with this. Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu said that don't despise what you don't know. For example, if I don't know anything about Muharram, I was studying Islam for 10 years. I didn't know anything about Muharram because I wasn't taught it.
Yes.
So don't despise what you don't know. Whatever you don't know, don't think that it's wrong. Why? Because most of what you do not know, don't despise of what you do not know, because most of what you don't know is going to be the truth and the haqq. So as students and as academic thinkers, the whole purpose of this lecture was for us to think, go and read and educate ourselves, because without knowledge, there is really no guidance. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept this gathering on our behalf. We will conclude the gathering now with dua. I will ask the Shaykh to make dua, inshallah. A brief dua, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Shaykh, you're a traveler, so please, you're traveling. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Allahumma inna ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husna ibadatik. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa' bima 'allamtana wa zidna 'ilman wa alhiqna bi ibadika as-salihin. Allahumma bihaqqi Sayyidina Muhammad wa ali Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam faghfir lana dhunubana wa yassir lana umurana. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا انك انت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى اله واصحابه اجمعين برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين.